your noggin, even a rockhead like you couldn't have survived. Bud managed to grin. We grow 'em tough out in California where I come from, he joked. Somewhat shakily, Bud got to his feet with Tom's assistance. Both boys were heartsick as they surveyed the damaged laboratory, wondering where to begin rescue operations. It was a quake, Bud stated grimly. He had heard about the great San Francisco earthquake from his grandfather, and had no doubt about the nature of the tremors. Just then, Tom glimpsed a body protruding from under the wreckage of the telemetering device. "Mr. Faber!" he gasped. The two boys scrambled through the clutter of debris toward the spot where the test stand had been erected. Bud seized a slender steel I-beam and managed to pry up the wreckage, while Tom carefully extricated Mr. Faber. The scientist seemed to be badly injured. We'd better not try to move him, Tom decided. We'll get an ambulance. Of the 4 other company engineers, 2 were now stirring and partly conscious. The boys found a first aid cabinet and gave what help they could to them and the other 2 men. Then Tom taped a bandage on Bud's scalp wound. "Let's see if we can find a telephone and call the local hospital," Tom said. "Right," Bud responded. They picked their way through the wreckage and emerged on a scene of frightful destruction. The main plant building of Faber Electronics had been partially demolished by the quake. Power lines were down, and an outlying storage shed was ablaze. Dazed and panic-stricken survivors were wandering around aimlessly or rushing about to assist the injured. "Good thing the main shift of workers knocked off before this happened," Bud observed with a shudder. "There would have been a lot more casualties." "Look," Tom pointed to a huge crevasse, "right where we landed our whirling duck." The boys exchanged rueful glances as they realized that the craft which had brought them to Faber Electronics, one of Tom's unique helijets, had been swallowed up in the gaping chasm. "No use fussing about it now," Tom said. "Come on, Bud, let's see about getting help for Mr. Faber." Despite the chaotic confusion, the boys managed to locate the plant superintendent, a harried, middle-aged man named Simpkins, who was doing his best to restore order. Simpkins, who had not been injured, informed them that electricians were rigging an emergency telephone line in order to get through to the nearby town of Harkness. "Mr. Faber is badly injured," Tom said. "Why not send a car? It's only a few miles away, isn't it?" "I'll send the plant nurse to see him," Simpkins said. "As far as going to town, take a look at the parking lot." He pointed with a jerk of his thumb. The cars on the lot had been smashed into junk by bricks from a collapsing wall of one of the buildings. "And the only truck we had available was in that burning shed," the superintendent added bitterly. "Tough break," Tom sympathized. "Anyhow, we want to help. Got a job for us?" Simpkins was only too glad to put Tom's quick mind and keen technical know-how to use. Within minutes, Tom was in charge of clearing away rubble and extricating anyone who might be trapped inside the buildings. Bud organized a firefighting crew to keep the blaze in the shed from spreading. The telephone line was soon repaired, and a steady stream of rescue vehicles began arriving from Harkness. Fire trucks, 3 ambulances, and private cars driven by volunteers. 2 hours later, there was nothing more Tom and Bud could do at the disaster scene, and they hitched a ride into Harkness. The town had suffered some damage, though only slight compared to the destruction at the plant. "The center of the quake was right under Faber Electronics," Tom remarked. From a pay telephone, he called Swift Enterprises in Shopton. This was the experimental station where he and his father developed their many amazing inventions. Tom asked the operator to send a helicopter immediately to pick them up. He also called home and spoke to his sister, Sandra. "What a relief," Sandy gasped. "We heard a bulletin about the quake over the radio." "Don't worry, sis. Tell Mother and Dad that we're okay," Tom said. "We'll be home in a jiffy, with big appetites." The helicopter arrived within 20 minutes at the place Tom had named. After landing at Enterprises, the boys drove to the pleasant